Special thanks to Patreon supporter Zackary Schejbal for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared204 here, bringing you another Minecraft Star Wars vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Republic All-Terrain Open Transport, abbreviated to ATOT. This was a 8-legged walker designed for the transportation of infantry used by the Grand Army of the Republic during the Clone Wars. It was deployed during the Battle of Felucia toward the end of the war. The all-terrain open transport was a walker of 8 legs, 4 laser cannons, and an open top, and space to fit several clone troopers and all that fun stuff. The vehicle was basically more of a kind of a rear line type vehicle to have a very exposed top to it. So it was more designed to transport troops to and from locations, and not really intended to enter upfront combat roles, as it was deemed to be very weak in the sense that it was obviously open top, so the troopers on board were very exposed to blaster fire or air attacks, and also the armaments weren't very major when it comes to the vehicle itself. Overall, it's a really interesting vehicle to say the very least, and you don't see much of it, but it would have definitely been cool to see a little bit more footage of the ATOT in action in the Clone Wars. But again, with it being kind of a more kind of logistics vehicle, it really doesn't really serve any purpose being on the front lines clearly. Anyways, this vehicle itself is a Patreon request, so I'm going to go ahead and give a special thanks to Patreon supporter Zackary Schejbal for making this video possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more you guys already do, feel free to check my Patreon page. Link is down in the description. When you guys head on over there, you can go ahead and pledge a small amount every month and earn a vehicle of your choice and everything, and it helps me out immensely with the channel, especially with YouTube's ad revenue kind of wishy-washy, I guess, to say the very least of it. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the ATOT, see exactly what we're going to be building, and get into it. So to kind of begin with taking a look at it, obviously clearly you can see up in front here we have the basically the control head here, so where obviously the pilot would sit and control the vehicle from. You got the 2 twin blaster cannons on the bottom here. These are a bit of a stronger type of gun compared to the back ones, which are more point defense type of guns. We then have a lot of side armor, plating, and stuff like that kind of comes and hangs down off the sides. Inside here, the troop bay, so obviously lots of room here for clone troopers, and you can make any kind of little scenes or anything like that you guys want within it, but overall pretty good space in there for putting in clone trooper gear and all that fun stuff, whatever you want to do, whatever you use this for. On the back here you have a ramp that would be able to extend downwards and connect it to the ground so the troops could deploy. Again, as I mentioned, point defense cannons on the back here. We got our 8 legs all connected up to the main hull of the vehicle, and then the bottom here, relatively simple, a few little like engine components and mechanical components kind of shown through the plating on the bottom here, but for the most part all covered up and everything like that. One thing that was difficult with the ATOT is there's not a lot of reference pictures when it comes to the build, since it was very rarely seen. Pretty much the only scene I can remember actually seeing this thing actually participate in was in the quick scene of some troops moving through Felucia and Order 66 coming through in the execution of Ayla Secura. So yeah, not a lot of reference pictures for sure, so it's a bit of a difficult build, but I think I pulled it off pretty good from what I was able to find on the internet. So hopefully you guys do enjoy the build and can have fun with it and all that stuff. It's been a while since we've done a Star Wars build, so pretty cool to kind of get back into doing one, and who knows if we'll do more as often, but I guess time will tell for sure. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial. We're going to be starting off by building our legs up. And yeah, with that, let's go ahead and move into our first part of the tutorial, which is going to be the legs. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started with our first part of the tutorial, which is going to be building the legs. Now, the way I'm going to structure this is that we're going to build one leg on camera, and then I'm going to show you guys where to position the rest of the legs, and you guys can go through and build all the legs individually going up. And then once we have all the legs built, we will move into basically doing layer by layer, working our way up the hole, and getting that all built. But anyways, to begin with, we're going to be starting off with our left front leg. So just to put that in perspective, we're going to be starting with the leg over here to this side. So it's going to be over here. So just putting that in perspective for you guys. If you're building this in a certain area, you want to make sure you have enough clearance. Just make sure that, you have plenty of space over, and just refer back to the dimensions and you'll be good to go. Anyways, to start off, we're going to place down a stone brick slab, followed by a row of 1, 2, and 3 polished andesite blocks over. We then want to go ahead and place down another stone brick slab at the end of that row of 3 of polished andesite. We're going to go ahead and go to the middle polished andesite block, place down a polished andesite block going back, one going forward, stone brick slabs both sides. In the space in between these polished andesite blocks, we're going to place down cobblestone walls, which are going to go all the way around like that. With that done, on the center polished andesite block, we're going to place down another one that goes up, followed by stone brick stairs all around it with their backs to the polished andesite block. On the cobblestone walls here in the corners, we're going to place down some skeleton skulls at 45-degree angles, like this, just to kind of make the connection in between the stone brick stairs a little bit smoother. So just like that. With that all done, we're going to go and place down a stone brick stair. Now we want to make sure that the leg, the side of the leg, basically is going to be facing out here. The middle space is going to be in here, the leg. So we want to make sure the back of the stair is toward the middle of the ATOT. When that's done, we're going to place down a stone slab full block on top of it, followed by a stone button coming off the stone slab block to what is going to be the outside. We then want to place down a cobblestone wall coming off both sides of this stone slab full block, followed by a stone brick upside down stair underneath these 2 cobblestone walls. Once that's done, coming off the cobblestone walls, to the side we're going to place down a wooden trapdoor, again on both sides here. Then coming off the back of the stone slab full block, we're going to place down a cobblestone top slab. When that's all done, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair on top of the stone slab full block, followed by a stone brick stair that's going to be on top of these cobblestone walls. Also with this upside down stair here, remember, it's going to be the front of the stair facing toward the outside and the back of the stair facing toward the rear. On top of this cobblestone top slab, we want to go ahead and place down a cobblestone wall, and then we're going to place down 1 and 2 cobblestone walls out to the sides there. From that point there, we're going to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 cobblestone walls up, followed by a skeleton skull coming off these cobblestone walls to either side. On top of these, just double checking here exactly what that was. So on top of this cobblestone wall here, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair like this. And same thing over here, a stone brick upside down stair. And we want to make sure the backs of the stairs are facing toward the outside and the fronts of the stairs are facing toward the inside. With that done, we're going to place down a cobblestone wall to both sides of them, and we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some wooden signs and wrap these wooden signs around this cobblestone wall. So just like this, all the way around. Same thing over here. All the way around, like so. And now fill that in right there. Now moving on to our top section up here, on top of the bottoms of the stairs, we're going to place down 2 stone slab full blocks like this, followed by a cyan stained clay block here in the middle. We then want to place down another stone slab full block out to both sides here, followed by a skeleton skull after that, again out to the side. Alrighty guys, so going ahead and continuing on, we're then going to place down a stone brick slab on top of this cyan stained clay block. We then want to place down a upside down stone brick stair coming off to both sides of the slab, so just like this. Coming off the front of the stairs, we're also going to place down a skeleton skull on both sides. Go ahead and go in the middle, we're going to place down a cobblestone wall on top of this stone brick slab. To one side of the cobblestone wall, we're going to place down a stone brick half slab. To the other side, we're going to place down a stone brick top slab. On top of the cobblestone wall, we're going to place down a stone brick top slab, followed by a stone brick stair, coming off this top slab to both sides, like that. Once that's all finished, we're going to go and grab wooden trapdoors, place down a wooden trapdoor like this, coming off these stone brick slabs, like that on the sides there to kind of finish that off. And when that's all done there, we are pretty much good to go. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Actually, one last thing, we're going to place down a sign here on this cobblestone wall. Now with that done, that's pretty much the design there for the leg itself, and this is going to be pretty much universal throughout all the legs. Now if you are interested in having the legs look like they're in motion, that's something you guys can easily try to do yourselves. For the sake of the tutorial, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to have it kind of standing still like this, but it could be modified in a sense to include that, leg motion. To kind of show you guys the structure of our feet after this, I'm going to kind of go ahead and mark this out for you guys so you can visually see where our legs are going to go. Now, what you guys will be doing is copying this leg design 3 more times along this side. So for our first section here, we're going to go and skip a space of 3, and we're going to go ahead and have our foot fit in this space right here. Now, you'll kind of see basically what we have going on here. So a space of 3, you're going to have your stone brick slabs, polished andesite blocks, stone brick slabs. And the leg's going to go here. It's going to be an exact copy of that one right there. We then want to skip a space of 1, and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. So we're going to have a row of 5 here, just kind of in the ground, just to kind of visually show you guys the position of the foot. And again, our stone brick slab, polished andesite blocks across, stone brick slab, just like that. Then continuing on, we're going to skip a narrow space of 3, just like we did for the second leg there from the front. And just to go ahead and mark it again, it's going to look something like this. Stone brick slab, both sides, polished andesite, row 3 of polished andesite blocks across. And that just kind of visually shows you guys the positioning of it. So you have basically 3, 1, 3 spacing in between the legs. And for the other side, you're going to pretty much have the exact same. And when you get to go ahead and put the other side on, what you'll notice is that we need to obviously have a space in between these legs. So the space in between these legs is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 blocks. So 7 blocks in between these stone brick slabs for each leg, and you'll get something that kind of looks like that. You'll have these legs on both sides here, and obviously you're just going to want to have the same leg copied down 3 times on both sides here. So just kind of giving you an aerial view of what we have so far. And again, remember this is 7 blocks of space right here. 3, 1, 3. Make sure you definitely take your time. Make sure all the legs are correct and everything like that before proceeding, because if one leg is off, then it's going to throw stuff off and it's not going to line up right. So to make it easier on yourself, just double check it, triple check, make sure everything's correct. But anyways, once you have all your legs copied across here and everything like that, I'll show you guys what we should have set up so far. One thing I would like to quickly mention is that when you get to this point right here, usually coming off these stone slab full blocks, we usually have a skeleton skull or something in this space. Unfortunately, with the way the legs are spaced, we really can't fit that in. If you want to, you can try to maybe look like the skeleton skull is there, but maybe placing down a skull like that. Or you can just choose to disregard it completely. I just went ahead and left it completely out. But again, you know, you can kind of choose what you would want to do for that, and you know, my recommendation is just to leave it without it in between these 2 legs. But for the rest of the legs, you should be able to include it, and then on the sides here, you should be perfectly fine and able to do that. Let's go ahead and continue finishing these legs and get this part of the tutorial wrapped up. Once you've went ahead and put all the legs in place, you should have something that looks just like this. As you can see, we have 8 legs started up, ready to go, and you know, that's pretty much the start here for that we want it. And again, just make sure your spacing is correct and looks just like you can see right here on screen. And from here on out, we're going to go and start working our way layer by layer up the main hull of the vehicle. So we have quite a bit of layers to do and still a lot of work to be done. But we're going to start diving into getting the middle portion built up and eventually connect them up to the legs. So anyways, with that, let's go ahead and move into our first layer of the hull, layer 1. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to our first layer, we have layer 1. Now, layer 1 is going to be a very simple layer, but also very important because all the rest of the layers are going to be structured off this layer. So we need to make sure that this is perfectly correct, and while we go ahead and move into it. Now, for this tutorial, like I typically do with some of my larger builds, is I do half on camera, half off. What this means is I'll do the center line, and then the one side, which will be the right side of the vehicle, on camera, and then it'll be up to you guys in between layers to copy the other side over. This will start to become more apparent once we get into the rest of the layers. Layer 1 here is pretty simple and straightforward, so we'll go and get into it. So to start off with, we're going to go ahead and go to our front legs. So whichever way you want your vehicle facing at this point, you can choose whatever way you want it facing. We're going to have the ATOT facing that direction right there, so right here next to this model, so you can kind of use it as comparison. But we're going to have it facing that direction, facing forward. We're going to go ahead and start off by going to our front 2 legs, so these 2 legs right here, and we want to go ahead and go to the cobblestone top slab right here. Now from the top slab, we're going to go ahead and count 1, 2, and 3 blocks over. We can go and do the same thing over here, 1, 2, and 3 blocks over. Now in between these placeholder blocks, we're going to place down a row of 3 of stonebrick top slabs. Once we have that row of 3 of stonebrick top slabs, we're going to place down an additional couple rows back, and I think there's going to be 7 rows. So we're going to place down a second row of 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we're going to have a total of what is going to be, just double check the count here, we have a total of 8 rows of 3 of stone brick top slabs. Let that go back, and they should line up here with this second leg coming off this cobblestone wall here, as you can see here on both sides. That's where they should line up at that point right there. If they do not line up, then make sure to double check, but again, you want something that looks just like that so you can kind of see for reference up above. Now, once that's done, going from the center stonebrick top slab, we're going to count back 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 spaces. We then want to place down another row of 3 of stone brick top slabs, followed by a second row and then a third row, so you have basically a 3x3 kind of square right here. Just to make sure that it's lined up, the start here starts on this cobblestone wall, comes out to the side. Same thing over here, this cobblestone wall comes out to the side, and then the row of 3 here kind of ends in line with the next cobblestone wall from the third leg back. So just like that. And again, here's a bit of an aerial view of how it lines up, how it should look, and of course once we have that all complete, we can go and delete all these line markers and make sure that that's all done. But once you are for sure that everything lines up perfectly, and you don't have to do the wool, you can just visually look at it, but the wool is just kind of a good representation of making sure everything lines up. And as I mentioned, this layer is very important to get right, because if you mess it up, you're going to mess up a lot of stuff and you may not catch it for a few layers in. Anyways, that's going to do it for layer number 1. With that, let's move on to our next layer, layer 2. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 2. So for layer 2, you can see where we have a lot more going on here, and as I mentioned before, it's completely based off of what we did in the previous layer, so we're going to be just building on to that. Now, to go ahead and begin this, we're going to go ahead and start off by placing down a row of 3 of cyan stink clay on the second row of 3 of stone brick top slabs back from the front here. After that's done, coming off the cyan stink clay blocks to both sides here, we're going to go ahead and grab nether brick stairs, and we're going to place down another brick upside down stair coming off this cyan stink clay block, so something like that. After that, behind the stair, we're going to place down a nether brick half slab, followed by another nether brick upside down stair, and then a stone brick top slab coming off of it toward the front there. Coming off the nether brick stair to the side, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair, followed by a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 more stone brick stairs that go back like this. On the inside here, you can place down a row of cyan stained clay, or just fill in the space completely if you want to. Not completely necessary, but again, a row of 8 of stone brick stairs here along the sides, and it should line up with the stone brick top slabs from the previous layer. Once that's done, we're going to go and take blocks of iron. We're going to place down a row of 3 of blocks of iron, coming off the middle space in between these stone brick stairs. So you can see we have this row of 3 of cyan stained clay, just a row of 3 of iron blocks coming off of it. We then want to place down a second row of 3 of these iron blocks. We're going to go and take stone buttons and wrap them around the bottoms of the blocks and also to the sides. After that's done, we're going to place down a row of 3 of stone top slabs. Going back, we're then going to follow that up by placing down a row of 3 of blocks of iron. Again, like we did before, stone buttons on the side and also on the bottom. We're then going to place down another row of 3 of stone top slabs across. And then we should get to our row of 3 here, or this first row of 3 here of stone brick top slabs. We're going to place down a row of 3 of blocks of iron on top of them, followed by a stone brick upside down stair coming off the either end of this, or both ends of this block of this row of 3 of blocks of iron. We then want to place down a row of 3 of black wool, and this is going to have again an upside down stone brick stair here on both sides of that row of 3 there. Once that's done, we're going to place down a row of 3 of stone brick top slabs across the middle, followed by a stone brick upside down stair on both sides. Coming off the center 3 stone brick top slabs, we're going to place down another row of 3 of stone brick top slabs, and following it off, we're going to place down an iron trapdoor, and this here is going to be on both sides, like that of that row of 3 of stone brick top slabs. We're then going to skip a space of 1, place down a row of 3 of stone brick top slabs, skip an air space of 1, and then place down a row of 3 of stone brick top slabs. So you can see here, we have the space of 1 in between them, and like that going back. Here's an overview of what we should have for layer number 2. As you can see, we start to have a little bit more of the body coming into play here. And with that all done, that's going to do it for layer number 2. And with that, we can move on to layer number 3. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3, we're going to go ahead and start to get a little bit more of the hull built up and start to get into our front blasters. So for this to start off with, we're going to go ahead and go to this nether brick upside down stair right here. We're going to place down an anvil on top of it. From that anvil, we're going to place down 1 and 2 nether brick slabs going forward. We're then going to grab signs and place down a row of 2 of signs on these 2 nether brick slabs. After that's done, we're going to go and take end rods, place a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 end rods going forward, followed by 2 nether brick slabs. And then on the sides of these nether brick slabs, we're going to place down some signs. So just like this on the sides. And then we're going to go and place down a wither skeleton skull coming off the nether brick slab toward the front there for the blaster cannon. And obviously you're going to do the same thing over the other side. Once that's done, behind these anvils, we're going to place down a row of 3 of cyan stained clay. So it's going to go all the way across, connected to both sides here. We're then going to place down a wither skeleton skull on both ends. Going ahead and going back from the center cyan stained clay block, we're going to place down 3 more cyan stained clay blocks going down the center. Coming off our first cyan stained clay block on top of this nether brick upside down stair, we're going to place down a black wool a black wool full block, followed by another brick upside down stair out to the side. Coming off the second science snakebait block, we're going to place down a cobblestone wall with the wither skeleton skull coming off the cobblestone wall. And then to kind of finish off the last science snakebait block, we're going to place down 2 science snakebait blocks going out to the sides on both sides to create a row of 5. So you get something that looks like this up here in the front. With that all done, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some stone brick stairs. We're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair coming off this wither skeleton skull. And coming back from the stone brick stair, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if I can actually place this there, 7, 8, and 9 stone brick stairs that go back like so. So again, just to get an accurate count here of how many stairs we have a total of 10 stone brick stairs. So the first one up there and then 9 back, so we have 10 in total of stone brick upside down stairs running along the side here. Now once that's done, on the inside space behind this stone brick stair, we're going to place down an iron block, followed by one more iron block that goes back. And to the side of the second iron block, we're going to place down a stone button. So just like we were doing before, that's going to be on both sides there. We then want to place down a cobblestone wall, come off this iron block, followed by an iron block toward the inside here like this. Coming off the cobblestone wall, we're going to place down an iron block, stone button to the side of the block, followed by a cobblestone wall. And again, like we did before, an iron block right here coming off the cobblestone wall toward the inside here, like that. Now once that's all done there, we want to go ahead and grab ourselves a stone brick stair. We're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair coming off this cobblestone wall. Now coming off this stone brick upside down stair, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair, followed by basically this being a corner stair. We have 1 and 2 regular stairs, and this is going to be a row of when we have 2 already, so 3, 4, 5, let me see, 6. It's a little tricky to place these stairs just because of the legs and stuff like that. But we have 6, 7, let's go ahead and go on the inside here, and 8 stone brick upside down stairs going back. Now once that's all done there, we're going to go ahead and go next to this cobblestone wall. We're going to place down an iron block right next to it. We then want to take our polished andesite blocks and go back from the iron block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 polished andesite blocks back. We want to go ahead and go to the 6th, 5th, and 4th polished andesite blocks in those rows. We're going to go and place down 2 rows of 3 of black wool, or sorry, 3 rows of 3 to go ahead and fill in the bottom here. Any of those gaps and stuff, we want to close those off completely. Now going ahead and continuing on toward the back here, we're going to go and take some stone slabs this time. We're going to place down a row of 1 and 2 stone top slabs that go back, followed by 2 rows of 3 of blocks of iron in between these stone top slabs. And of course, like we did before, we're going to take some stone buns and place them along the bottom there like that. Coming off these iron blocks, we're going to place down a row of 3 of polished andesite across the back here, followed by a stone brick upside down stair coming off both ends of that row of 3 of polished andesite. We then want to place down a row of 3 of stone brick upside down stairs coming off those 3 polished andesite blocks, and then 2 stone brick top slabs coming off the front there of those stairs. We're then going to go ahead and go to the center stone brick top slab right here. We're going to count back 1, 2, and 3. We're going to place down a nether brick stair and a stone brick stair to both sides of this nether brick stair for the back ramp. And then we can go and delete these placeholder blocks, and looking at it from above, we should have something that looks just like that. Obviously, make sure that we do over here on the right, what we did over here on the right side is copied over to the left side. And once you have that all done, again, a nice overview of it from up above, what it should look like. And we can now move on to our next layer, layer number 4. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 4. For layer 4, going ahead and starting off with, we're going to go and go to this row 3 of cyan stained clay, where right behind these anvils, we're going to place down a cyan stained clay block up on the center cyan stained clay block right here in that row 3. Go back from the cyan stained clay block, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 blocks, so we have a nice row of 4 right here going across, so we can kind of see in the middle we have that row of 4, it's just going to be another row of 4 of cyan stained clay blocks going up on top of it. Once that's done, going out to either side of this first cyan stained clay block, we're going to place down a cobblestone wall, followed by 1 and 2 stone brick top slabs. Going to our next cyan stained clay block back, we're going to place down 1 and 2 cyan stained clay blocks out to the side, followed by a polished andesite block on the end. We then want to go ahead and go to our next cyan stained clay block back, cobblestone wall both sides, cyan stained clay block, and then a polished andesite block like that. Again, going to this last cyan stained clay block, the fourth one, we're going to place down 1 and 2 cyan stained clay blocks out to the side, and a polished andesite block, so we should get something that looks like that for the front there once you copy it over to the other side. Anyways, going back from this polished andesite block right here, we're going to go ahead and count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 polished andesite blocks back just to make sure our count is correct. We can go and count all these polished andesite blocks and see that we have a row of 9. Once that's done, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair, come off this polished andesite block on the inside here. So next to this stone brick stair, we're going to place down an iron block like that. Coming off the iron block, we're going to place down a cobblestone wall, followed by another iron block on the other side of the cobblestone wall. Coming off this iron block right here, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair. So it's going to come off like that at an angle there on the side of this iron block. Going back from the stone brick stair, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 polished andesite blocks back. Actually, sorry, 11. So in total, we have 11 polished andesite blocks running along the side there. We're then going to place down a stone brick upside down stair, coming off this polished andesite block. So just like that. And then once that is done there, we're going to place down a stone brick top slab, coming off this stone brick upside down stair. Now coming off the stone brick top slab, we're going to place down a polished andesite block going toward the middle, followed by row 3 of cyan stained clay, and it should connect up in between the two sides. On top of this stone brick top slab here, we're going to place down a stone brick slab, and then coming off the stone brick slab out to the side, coming off the polished andesite block, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair like so, and you'll take that design, flip it over to the other side. Pretty straightforward there in design for this layer. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and go to this nether brick stair, or these stone brick stairs, nether brick stairs back here. We're going to place down a nether brick stair that kind of goes up like a staircase coming off this one stone brick stair on both sides of it. So it's like a staircase going up like that and eventually connecting up to the build once we get past a few more layers. So anyways, here's an overview of what layer number 4 looks like. And with that all done, we can move on to our next layer, layer number 5. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 5. Layer 5, we're going to start off by going ahead and going to that row of 4 of cyan stained clay that's in the middle up here in the front, and placing down another row of 4 of cyan stained clay on top of it. We then want to go ahead and go to the first block. We're going to place down a cobblestone wall out to both sides. Going to the second block, we're going to place down 2 cyan stained clay blocks out to the sides. Going to the third block, we're going to place down another 2 cyan stained clay blocks, so we have 2 rows of 5 here. And then we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 cyan stained clay blocks out on the fourth block, giving you a nice row of 7 that's going to go all the way across here. Now going back up to the front, coming off these stone brick top slabs here, we're going to place down 2 stone brick stairs, upside down on both sides, just like that for some front paneling. And then coming off of the middle cyan stained clay block, we're going to go ahead and skip 2 spaces. We're going to place down a stone brick stair, 2 stone brick tops, or sorry, 2 quartz, a quartz stair, followed by 2 quartz top slabs and an iron trapdoor coming off of it. And then we're going to go and do the same thing out to the side on both sides. So a quartz stair, 2 quartz top slabs, and then a iron trapdoor like that going toward the front there for the very base there of the front command head, or whatever you really want to call it there. Anyways, once that's all done, we're going to go to this cyan stained clay block right here. This row is 7. We're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair. It's going to go on both sides here. And then we want to place down an additional stone brick upside down stair coming off the side of the stair, going toward the front there like that. Now once that's done, it's going to be a little bit tricky here with the legs and all that stuff already in place, but we want to go and take some stone brick stairs, and we're going to place down a long row of stone brick stairs going back here. So in total we have 1, which this stair actually needs to be fixed. So again, as I mentioned, it's going to be a little tricky placing these just because of the way the legs are and all that stuff. But anyways, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 upside down stone brick stairs. The second one connecting up to this row is 7 right here of cyan stained clay. We're going to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stone brick stairs back. And when we get to this point here, we're going to go and place down a row of 3 of polished andesite across like this, followed by another cobblestone wall on top of this one right here, and then iron blocks on both sides of this right here. And we also want to go and take some iron blocks of iron, and I think I forgot to do this in the previous layer. We want to go and place down 2 blocks going up next to these cobblestone walls to fill in that space in the middle there and keep them kind of hidden and all that stuff. Anyways, going back to our stone brick stairs, again, remember we have a total of 11 so far. We have 12, 13, 14, 15, and oops, my bad, just completely messed that one up there, but let's see if we can do it again. There we go, 15. So in total we have 15 stone brick stairs. We can go and just double check our count in case we miscounted or anything like that. And yes, we have 15 stone brick upside down stairs. Now with that all done there, we're going to go and take cobblestone walls, and we're going to go ahead and go from the stair. We're going to place down a long row of cobblestone walls. So for this, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cobblestone walls that go back. Of course, on the inside here of these cobblestone walls, we're going to place down a row of polished andesite. So next to this first one up here, one polished andesite block over, and then we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, giving you a nice row of 9 in total of polished andesite and sticking 2 past these cobblestone walls and ending on top of this stone brick top slab. Now, in between the polished andesite block here, we're going to place down a polished andesite block on both sides here, and then a row 3 of cyan stained clay on top of the row 3 from the previous layer to cross there for the back. We're going to place down a polished andesite block on top of the stone brick upside down stair, followed by a stone brick upside down stair coming off this polished andesite block right here. This long row we have right here of 9, like that for the back there, and shaping wise. So it should look something like this on both sides. We then want to place down a row 3 of nether brick stairs coming off these 3 stairs like that. So just can kind of continue in the loading ramp like that going upwards. Anyways, with that all complete, that is going to do it for layer number 5. And with that, we can move on to layer number 6. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 6. For layer number 6, we start to have a lot of stuff starting to connect up here. We start to see the first connections over to our legs and everything. So stuff is starting to come together. Anyways, to get started here on the front, we're going to take our quartz full blocks and place down a row 3 on top of these 3 iron trapdoors. You might remember from the previous layer, up here in the front where the head is, just a row 3 of quartz full blocks across the top there of those. We're then going to place down a row of 3 of quartz upside down stairs, come off those quartz full blocks going toward the front. After that step, we're going to place down an additional 2 rows of 3 of quartz full blocks. So these are going to be on top of these 2 rows of 3 of quartz top slabs. To both ends of these 2 rows of 3 of quartz full blocks, we're going to place down 2 quartz stairs to both sides. Now coming off the center quartz block, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 black wool blocks back. We then want to place down 1 and 2 cyan stained clay blocks back after that. Once that's all done there, we can go ahead and continue on by going out to the side. So after this row of 5 of black wool down the middle, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 nether brick upside down stairs along the side here, followed by a row of 1 and 2 cyan stained clay blocks back. With that done, we're going to go ahead and go to the second to last stair right here, place down a cyan stained clay block. Actually, it'll probably be better off if we actually just go ahead and put it right here. So a cyan stained clay block on top of this one, followed by 1 and 2 cyan stained clay blocks back. On top of this block right here, we're just going to place down 1 more up. We then want to go ahead and go to the front here, coming off this stone brick upside down, or this stone brick upside down stair here. Yeah, we're going to place down a polished andesite block on the outside here, and a stone brick stair like this on the inside. And, just a little bit of detailing there on both sides for those armor panels. We then also want to go ahead and grab ourselves a cobblestone slab. Coming off this cyan stained clay block right here, we're going to place down a cobblestone top slab, followed by a cyan stained clay block coming off of that to connect up here to the leg itself. Now, around the cyan stained clay block here, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair coming off of it toward the front, and then coming back from the cyan stained clay block, we're going to place down 1 and 2 polished andesite blocks. So looking at this from the front, I know that was a lot. We should have something that looks just like this though from the front up here. Pretty straightforward once you're able to see it. Anyways, going ahead and continuing on, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 of cyan stained clay blocks back from this polished andesite block. On the first and third cyan stained clay block, we're going to place down stone buttons on the side here to the outside. We also want to go ahead and grab ourselves stone brick slabs, and then coming off this skeleton skull out to the side, we're going to place down a stone brick slab, followed by 1 and 2 back. Coming off these stone brick slabs, we're going to place down a stone brick, or a row 3 of stone brick top slabs, just like that. So you have the kind of start here of some side armor panels, as you can see here, which are going to be on both sides there, like that. Once that's done, we're going to place down another 2 polished andesite blocks back, followed by a cyan stained clay block. We then want to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 polished andesite blocks back, followed by again another cyan stained clay block. We're then going to place down another polished andesite block back, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cobblestone walls. And once that's done there, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair. Coming off this cobblestone wall like this, a cyan stained clay block on the back of that stone brick stair, and another stone brick upside down stair like that, working its way back. Now on the inside here, we're going to go and take our polished andesite, go ahead and place down another row. So it's going to be coming off of this cobblestone wall over to the side. Going back from that polished andesite block, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 polished andesite blocks back. Should end on top of this stone brick stair right here. And make sure all the cobblestone walls are closed up so that there's no gaps or openings or anything like that on the back here. Once that's done, coming off this polished andesite block here, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair like this, followed by a stone brick top slab. Going ahead and going toward the inside here, on top of this polished andesite block here, we're going to place down one more that goes up, followed by a row of 3, or another row of 3 of cyan stankwood blocks across this space in between them. Coming off this polished andesite block to the side here, we're going to place down 1 and 2 polished andesite blocks back, followed by again 1, 2, and 3 stone brick top slabs back like that. Now in between the polished andesite blocks right here, so this very last one, we're going to place down a row of 3 of nether brick stairs across like that for what is going to be the continuation of our ramp back here. Going ahead and get you guys an overall view. We should have something that looks like this so far. Also, we do have a little bit of more armor paneling that happens right here, so let's go ahead and add that on real quick. We want to go ahead and go to the middle space, so in between these legs, this polished andesite block right there. We want to go ahead and count out 1, 2, and 3 blocks of space. And we can go ahead and see, or actually my bad, it's going to be 2 blocks of space. We then want to place down a polished andesite block, followed by a stone brick top slab on both sides of this polished andesite block. So like this to both sides. And again, that's 2 blocks of space in between this polished andesite block and the side there like that. And again, once we have that done, you should be able to look at it from above, see something that looks just like this. And with that all complete, that is going to do it for layer 6. With that, let's move on to layer 7. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 7. So for layer 7, going ahead and getting started with, we're going to place down a light gray stained glass block on top of this quartz upside down stair here in the middle. To both sides of this light gray stained glass block, we're going to place down a quartz full block. Coming off those the quartz full blocks, we're going to place down a white stained glass pane going toward the front, and then in the very middle we're going to place down a light gray stained glass pane, so you have something that looks like that up there in the front there. Once that's done, going back from this, we're going to place down a light gray stained glass full block in the middle here, followed by a quartz slab on both sides. Coming off this quartz slab, we're going to grab ourselves a light gray stained glass pane and place down a light gray stained glass pane coming out to the side there. Actually, my bad, this light gray stained glass pane honestly shouldn't be there, so let's just go ahead and get rid of it altogether. And yeah, that looks a little bit better there. So anyways, after that's done right there, we're going to go ahead and place down a block of quartz, or my bad, a row of 3 of light gray stained glass full blocks, followed by a block of quartz on top of this quartz stair on both sides like that. Once that's done, we're going to place down another row of 5 of quartz all the way across here like that for the back of the head here. Once that's done, we're going to place down a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 rows of 3 of black wool going down the middle space here. And on the first and second rows, we're going to place down stone buttons on the ends. On the top of this stone brick stair here, we're going to place down a cyan stained clay block. We then want to place down a lever coming off of a polished andesite block, which is going to be coming off the cyan stained clay block with a lever. Lever's going to be facing upwards like so. Behind these 2 blocks here, we're going to go ahead and grab cobblestone walls, place down 1 and 2 cobblestone walls out to the side, and then a cyan stained clay block after that. When that's done there, we're going to go and take our cyan stained clay, place down a row of 3 out to the side, so you should get something that looks like this for the front up here so far. Going ahead and continuing on, we're going to place our cyan stained clay. We're going to place down a row of 9. That's going to go all the way across the top here. We're then going to place down another row of 9 of cyan stained clay. We then want to place down a row of 2 of polished andesite blocks on either side here, and then again, we're going to place down 2 rows of 7 of cyan stained clay, filling that whole space in. On the sides here, we're going to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 cyan stained clay blocks over, followed by a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of black wool across the middle. We then want to place down another row of 5 of black wool in the middle, cyan stained clay block, and polished andesite block out to the side. Also, actually, never mind, we do not have anything going on there. One thing, just finally clicked what I was going to say. We do want to add on to this armor on the sides here, so we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a brick stair and some stone brick stairs. We're going to place down a brick upside down stair like this on top of that stone brick top slab, a stone brick stair coming off of it, and then a stone brick corner stair coming off that stair. So you can see something that looks like that. Here's what it looks like from the side here. So pretty straightforward there. Anyways, going ahead and continuing on from this, we're going to place down 1 and 2 cyan stained clay blocks over, followed by a black wool block, and then 3 cyan stained clay blocks across the middle. We want to go and repeat this process 2 more times. So we're going to go ahead and have 2 more of these rows exactly the same here that go back. So we should have something that looks just like this from up above here. After that's done, we're going to take our polished andesite blocks, place down a row of 1, 2, 3 on the side here. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 of cyan stained clay blocks, followed by a row of 1, 2, and 3 of black wool. In the middle here, we're going to fill in a 3x3 space. Going ahead and fill in this across like so. When we get to this section here, we're going to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 cyan stained clay blocks from the side, black wool block, 3 cyan stained clay blocks across. We're going to go and repeat this 2 more times. Going back here. So you have something that looks like that so far from up above here. After that's done, we're going to place down a polished andesite block, come off this cyan stained clay block here, followed by a cyan stained clay block, a black wool block, and then a row of 3 of cyan stained clay blocks across the middle here again. Now when we get to this point here, we're going to go and take cobblestone walls. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 cobblestone walls back. We then want to take our cyan stained clay. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 that goes back. In the middle here, we're going to take our black wool, go back 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then from these 3 cyan stained clay blocks, we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, and 4 with cyan stained clay back, filling this whole space up here in the middle. With that all done, coming off these cobblestone walls here, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 of cyan stained clay blocks. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a stone button, and we're going to place down a stone button that's going to be coming off this last cyan stained clay block right here. On the insides here, coming off this cyan stained clay block, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 polished andesite blocks back, followed by a stone brick stair like so. Going ahead and going again to the middle, coming off this black wool block here, we're going to place down a row of 1 and 2 cyan stained clay blocks back, followed by a row of what is going to be 1 and 2 stone brick slabs, and then a polished andesite block after that. Again, going to our next row over, we're going to place down a cyan stained clay block, followed by a row of 1 and 2 of stone brick slabs, and then a row of 1 and 2 of daylight sensors going back. In our middle row, we're going to place down 2 stone brick slabs, come off this cyan stained clay block here, and then 3 daylight sensors that go back for the back here, and it should connect up with our back loading ramp. Once that's all done, we're going to place down a spruce wood upside down stair that's going to be coming off this polished andesite block like so. We then want to go and place down a upside down stone brick stair, or spruce stair coming off of it, so it looks like this, and then we have this stair right here turned into a corner stair. Coming off the face of the stair, we're going to place down a light gray banner like that. Then over here on this side, we're going to place down a spruce wood upside down stair come off the back of this one like so. And we want to go ahead and also grab ourselves a sign and place a sign on the side here of this first spruce wood stair right there. Once that's all done like that, we can go ahead and go to this space right here, place down a polished andesite full block, followed by a stone brick slab that comes off of it, and then an iron trapdoor like that toward the end here. And looking at it from above, we should get something that kind of looks like this. As you can see that you have the whole middle space filled in here, and our troop bay is going to be built on top of this. We also want to go ahead and go to this little section here on the sides. We're going to go ahead and place down a cobblestone wall on top of this polished andesite block, followed by 1 cobblestone toward the inside here, and then we're going to place down a stone brick stair on top of those 2 stone brick top slabs with their backs to the middle space like that, and that's going to be like that on both sides. They're pretty straightforward for this little armor piece. And also, we do have another piece that starts back here. We're going to go and go to this second cobblestone wall from the back, or from the front, and we're going to place down a stone brick top slab out to the side right there. We have another little armor piece that comes down right there. Anyways, once that's all done, that's going to do it for layer number 7. With that, we can move on to layer number 8. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 8. So for layer 8, to begin with, we're going to go to the front up here. We're going to place down a light gray stained glass full block on top of this light gray stained glass pane from the previous layer up here in the front, followed by a block of quartz to both sides of that light gray stained glass full block. After that, going back from this section here, we're going to place down a total of 4 rows of 3 of light gray stained glass full blocks going down the middle here. We're then going to go ahead and go to the sides. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 light gray stained glass panes on the sides here. So just like this, going back, and then we're going to place down a quartz stair on both sides of this last row of 3 of light gray stained glass full blocks. We then want to take our black wool blocks. We're going to place down a total of 5 rows of 3, so basically just building upon the previous layer. We're also going to go and take some stone buttons, and we're going to place down stone buttons here along the first 2 rows of 5 like that. Once that's done, we're going to place down a stone brick stair that's going to go on top of this stair. Actually, it should be an upside down stair, so we're going to place it down upside down like this. Like that. It's going to be like that on both sides there. We're then going to place down a polished andesite block coming off the front of the stair, and then a lever that's going to be coming off the side of that block facing down to connect up with that lever from down below. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone brick stair on top of the science thankfully block right here. We then want to take our cobblestone walls, and we're going to place down, or cobblestone slabs, we're going to place down 1 and 2 on those 2 science thankfully blocks, followed by a science thankfully block right here behind the stone brick stair. For our next section here, we're going to place down a polished andesite block on the side of the stone brick stair, followed by a row of 1, 2, 3, and basically just 7 science thankfully blocks across. For our next section here, we're going to place down a science thankfully block on the side here, polished andesite block. After that, we then want to place down, skip a space, place down a polished andesite block, and then science thankfully block here in the middle. Next row back, 2 polished andesite blocks across from the side here, polished andesite block right here coming off this one, so a space right here again. We're going to place down a sea lantern in the middle here, and obviously the same over there on the air side. For our next section, 2 polished andesite blocks, and then we want to go ahead and place down a science thankfully block coming off this one right here, or sorry, a polished andesite block coming off this one right here, and then a science thankfully block coming off the sea lantern, so you get something that kind of looks like that. Now, once that's done, we want to go ahead and also go to the sides here and kind of continue this up that we started previously. So we're going to place down a total of basically a stone brick stair on top of this one right here. We then want to place down 1 and 2 more stone brick stairs going forward, so the stone brick stair is going to be on top of this brick upside down stair. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and go behind the brick stair, and we can also go ahead and take our top slabs here. And we're going to place down a top slab that comes off this stone brick stair. Come off the top slab, we're going to place down 1 and 2 brick top slabs going toward the front, and then we're going to take iron trapdoors and place down 1 and 2 iron trapdoors there toward the front. Now, with that all complete, that's going to do it for the side panel for this part, and we can go back here to the middle. Now, we see here that we have this section of what is black wool. We're going to go and skip over that section and go straight to the polished andesite blocks here, or the science thankfully blocks. So for this, we're going to place down a long row of what is going to be 13 polished andesite blocks down the middle here. We then want to go ahead and go back over to the front here. We're going to place down a lime hardened thankfully block and have an alternating pattern of polished andesite blocks and lime blocks that are going to run all the way down the side here like this. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side, so you get kind of like a checkered pattern that runs along to the side here. On the back, we're going to place down on both sides, we're going to place down a light gray banner on the side of this block. And then we're also going to place down a stone button on this side of this thankfully block, and this one right here, and then these two like so. It's going to be the same thing on both sides there like so. Now, moving on to the sides, we have our middle seats kind of set up. Let's move on to the sides now. So for this, we're going to place down a polished andesite block, a lime block, a science thankfully block, so grab that real quick, a science thankfully block, polished andesite block, polished andesite block, lime block, science thankfully block, polished andesite block, polished andesite block with the science thankfully block, a lime clay block. We're then going to place down 2 polished andesite blocks, a polished andesite block, lime stained clay, 2 polished andesite blocks, a polished andesite block, lime clay. When we get to this section here, science stained clay block, polished andesite block, polished andesite block, lime stained clay block, 2 polished andesite blocks across. We then want to take our cobblestone walls, and we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 cobblestone walls on top of these 4 right here. We're then going to take our science thankfully blocks. We're going to place down a science thankfully block, come out this polished andesite block, polished andesite block, science thankfully block, or sorry, my bad, lime block. We're then going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 polished andesite blocks back just like that. Now on the sides here, we're going to go and go to this row 3 of science stained clay, right here by the leg where it connects up. We're going to place down a science stained clay block on top of the middle block, followed by a stone brick stair on both sides of it, just like that. We also want to go ahead and go to this stone brick top slab on the side here. We're going to place down a cobblestone wall on top of it, and then we want to go and place down a stone brick upside down stair that's kind of coming off this cobblestone wall to the sides here, or basically we're upside down right next to it on both sides. So you kind of get something that looks kind of like that, and like this from the back here. Anyways, once that's all done there, go ahead and continue on to the back, come off this polished andesite block. We're going to place down a cobblestone wall, followed by a polished andesite block right next to the cobblestone wall. We then want to place down a spruce wood stair on top of this one right here. One coming off of like this, and we're going to kind of wrap it around and create kind of a circular shape like that. And we actually want to take our outside stair, so this stair right here, we're going to turn this into another brick stair. So just like that, nether brick corner stair. And coming off the front of the stair, we're going to place down a stone brick slab. We're going to go and take signs and place down some signs on both sides of the stone brick slab. Going ahead, continuing on, we're going to place down a row of what is going to be 1 and 2 end rods back, followed by a stone brick slab. And then on both sides of the stone brick slab, we're going to place down a sign to both sides. And we also want to place down a skeleton skull coming off this stone brick slab like that toward the back here. We're going to go and take some light gray banners, place down a row of 3 of light gray banners, so 2 on the spruce wood stairs and 1 coming off that sign there. And you kind of get something like that on both sides. Obviously, you're going to take what we did over on the right side, copy it over to the left side, and looking at it from above, you should get something like that. And that should be our last complicated layer. It should be getting easier and easier as we kind of move our way up. But that's going to do it for layer number 8. With that, let's move on to layer number 9. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 9. For layer 9, what we're going to do is we're going to start off by placing down a light gray stained glass full block on top of this one from the previous layer up here in the front, followed by a quartz full block on both sides of it. So again, just like we did, or my bad, this actually be a quartz upside down stair. So quartz upside down stair like that, coming off this light gray stained glass block here in the middle. Then coming off these stairs and the light gray stained glass block in the middle, we're going to place down a white stained glass pane coming off the 2 stairs, and then a light gray stained glass pane there in the middle, like that. So kind of what we did a few layers ago. Anyways, once that's done, coming off the quartz stairs and all this stuff right here, we're going to place down another 4 rows of light gray stained glass. Full blocks going back like this. Once that's done, we're going to go to the sides, take our light gray stained glass panes, place down 1, 2, and 3 more light gray stained glass panes on top of the previous light gray stained glass panes. So just like that along the side there, like so. We then want to place down a quartz upside down stair that's on top of this stair right here. So let me go and place it down. So upside down stair on top of this stair like that. And you kind of see the shaping here for the glass in the window. Once that's done, we're going to take our black wool blocks, place down a row of 5 down the middle of these rows of 3, so kind of on top of it like that. And then we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 5 of nether brick stairs on both sides, like that, running back from the neck there. We then want to take some stone brick stairs. We're going to place down 1 on top of the upside down stair and 1 on top of this polished andesite block. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and take a stone button, place it down on top of this cyan stained clay block right here. And then we're going to follow that up by taking our cyan stained clay and placing down a long row of 9, going all the way across here after this row of 5 of black wool, all the way across, kind of closing this whole space off from the front here. Also going ahead and going to the sides here, on top of this iron trap door, we're going to place down a red stained clay block. We then want to place down a brick slab going toward the front. Going back from this red stained clay block, we're going to place down 1 and 2. And actually, we're actually going to go and do 3. My bad here. Something is, okay, so one quick thing, one quick addition. Pretty much missed that, and that would explain why it wasn't looking right to me. But basically, coming off this brick slab right here, coming off the stone brick stair, we actually want to place on a brick stair. So you want to make sure that that's put on both sides there, and that's good to go. But anyways, you should get something that looks like this on the side here so far, and that looks a lot better. Anyways, once that's done, we're going to place down a light gray wool block. We're then going to take our birchwood planks, place down 1 and 2 back. Come off the side of these birchwood planks, we're going to go and take some stone buttons and place down 1 and 2 stone buttons, and then a stone brick upside down stair come off that birchwood plank like that going back. Now on the inside here, we're just going to take polished andesite blocks. We're going to do the outside and work our way in. So for this, we're just going to go and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or, oops, my bad. We want to place down 5 polished andesite blocks going along the side here, followed by a row of 3 of cyan stained clay. Then a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 polished andesite blocks. Going ahead and grab our cobblestone walls again, place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 cobblestone walls back. Going ahead and continuing on, we're going to take our cobblestone walls, go ahead and angle, go to these polished andesite blocks right here, place down 1, 2, and 3 polished andesite blocks back, stone brick stair like this, and a stone brick stair on top of this polished andesite block as well. Now once that's all complete there, we can go ahead and start focusing in on the inside here. So for this, we're going to go ahead and go to the inside, second cyan stained clay block over, place down 2 polished andesite blocks, and we want to go ahead and place down a end rod on top of all these polished andesite blocks alongside here in between the green stained clay blocks. So going like this all the way back here like so. And then on top of all the green stained clay blocks, we're going to place down an iron trapdoor for the seat. So just like that. Going to our next section here in the middle, we're going to place down a sea lantern that's going off this cyan stained clay block right here in the middle, followed by a blue, light blue stained glass full block on top of this sea lantern next to this one right here. On both sides, we're going to place down 2 polished andesite blocks back, stone brick stair like so. And for the middle space here, we're just going to place down a cyan stink or a green, lime green clay block, going ahead and spacing, having a spacing of 1, just like this going all the way in, kind of in line with the previous row of the cyan or the lime blocks that we were using. And then on the side of these lime blocks, we're going to place down a light gray banner on both sides. And again, iron trapdoors on all the lime green stained clay blocks. So you get something that looks like that. You have your seats there and everything like that pretty much. Anyways, with that done, we also want to go ahead and move out to the sides here and continue these armor panels up. So for this, on top of this one right here, we're going to place down a stone brick stair on top of these two right here. And again, a narrow cobblestone wall right there. When it came to this, I did forget to include the continuation of that from the previous layer. So very simply, to go ahead and kind of continue that, we're going to place down a cobblestone wall on top of this one right here, followed by a stone brick upside down stair to both sides of this cobblestone wall, like that. And that was what we were supposed to do in the previous layer. Anyways, going ahead and continuing up to our next layer. So the current layer we're on, we're going to place down a narrow cobblestone wall in the middle, stone brick stair like this to both sides of that cobblestone wall, and then a stone brick upside down stair come off the stone brick stairs there to both sides. And that's going to be on both sides there just like that. And once you have that all complete, that is going to do it for layer number 9. With that, let's move on to layer number 10. Alright guys, moving on to layer number 10. For layer 10, to go ahead and begin with, we're going to take our light gray stained glass blocks. We're going to place down 1 block on top of this one right here up here in the front. We're then going to place down a quartz full block to both sides of it. For the very front here, we're going to place down a quartz full block coming off that quartz full block toward the front, and then a quartz top slab like that in between those two quartz full blocks. Going ahead and going back, we're going to go and place down a quartz top slab that's going to come off these 2 quartz full blocks with a light gray stained glass block here in the middle. We then want to place down a total of 2 rows of 3 of light gray stained glass full blocks going across the middle section here. And to the sides here on these light gray stained glass panes, we're going to start off by going to the first plane, placing down a skeleton skull at a slight kind of 45-ish degree angle. And then we want to place down 1 and 2 regular skeleton skulls that go back like that along the side here. After that, we're going to place down 2 rows of 3 of red stained clay after these 2 rows of 3 of light gray stained glass full blocks, followed by 1 and 2 red stained glass panes to both sides. Coming off these 3 red stained clay blocks, we're going to place down 3 brick top slabs like that. Once that's done, we want to go ahead and go to the 4th row here of black wool stone in the nether brick stair here. We're going to place down a row of stone brick stairs that go across, so it's going to be a row of 3 across the middle here, leaving a space of 1 in between these brick top slabs and the stone brick upside down stairs. Then out to the sides here of these stairs, we're going to place down 1 and 2 stone brick top slabs like that. Once that's all done there, we're going to go ahead and go back from the stone brick stairs. We're going to place down a row of 3 of cyan stained clay. Behind them, we're then going to place down a row of 1 and 2 stone brick top slabs out to the side, followed by a stone brick stair like this out to the side there to close that off. We then want to place down a iron trapdoor coming off the front of the stair. For our next row back here, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone brick slab that's going to come back from the iron trapdoor. So just like this. We then want to place down a polished andesite block right down the side there, followed by a row of what is going to be 7 of cyan stained clay that's going to go all the way across the middle section there. Once that's done on the side here, we're going to place down 1 and 2 polished andesite blocks back, followed by 1 and 2 stone brick stairs, come off of them on top of these polished andesite blocks right here. In the middle space here, we're going to place down 2 polished andesite blocks on top of these 2 right here, a sea lantern on top of the one from the previous layer, and another light blue stained glass block on top of the one again from the previous layer. Now going to the side armor panels here, we're going to place down a stone brick stair on top of this upside down stair here, where we then want to place down a row of 2 of birchwood stairs. We're then going to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 stone brick stairs going forward, followed by a stone brick slab here, like that. And that's going to do it there for the side armor panels. Now with that done, going ahead and continuing on, we're going to take polished andesite blocks here. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're going to go ahead and go 12 polished andesite blocks back. So in total, we have a total of 15 polished andesite blocks running along the side here. We're going to go and place down a cobblestone wall, followed by another row of what is going to be 3 polished andesite blocks, so 1, 2, and 3, like that along the side there. And then after that, we're going to place down a stone brick slab, cut off this row of 3, and then 1 on top of this polished andesite block right here. Now with that all done, we also want to go ahead and go to the side here, so we're going to go ahead and go to these polished andesite blocks, place down a row of 5, so it kind of connects up angle-wise to this side armor panel. So like that, you can kind of see what I'm talking about here, connects up like so. And with that done there, we can go ahead and focus on the middle space here. So middle space, on top of all these lime green snakewood blocks that stick up, we're going to place down iron trapdoors. And then coming off of those iron trapdoors, we're going to place down green banners. They're going to be going ahead and right alongside them like that to create the backs of the chairs there. We then want to go ahead and go to the other side here, and where there's the end rods on the block on top of them, we're going to place down a skeleton skull, like this all the way down, like so. And then we just want to go ahead and take our green banners and place down green banners for the backrest of the chairs all along the side here, just like that. And you're going to do the same thing over there on that side, and with that all complete, that is going to do it for layer number 10. With that, we're going to move on to layer 11. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 11. For our layer 11, we're going to start off by going to the front up here, placing down a row of 3 of red carpet. We then want to place down a red carpet on both sides, followed by a white carpet in the middle. We're then going to go ahead and place down basically a row of 3 of white carpet, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 more rows back. So you have 6 rows of 3 of white carpet running along the tops here, going back. We then want to place down a row of 3 of red stained clay on top of these basically 3 stone brick upside down stairs, and coming off those 3 red stained clay blocks, we're going to place down a 3 brick upside down stairs. After that's done, we can go ahead and continue on by taking our cyan stained clay, going from the center red wool block, or red cyan stained clay block. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 cyan stained clay blocks come off this center red clay block. We then want to go ahead and go to both sides here, place down 1, 2, and 3 polished andesite blocks back, followed by a stone brick stair on both sides of this last cyan stained clay block. After that's done, going ahead and go into the sides here, we're going to go ahead and place down a iron trapdoor, come off this red clay block. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a stone brick slab, place down 1 and 2 stone brick slabs back like that. Coming off the second stone brick slab, or the first one right here, we're going to place down an iron trapdoor, followed by a stone brick slab back. Once that's all done, we can go ahead and go to this armor panel on the side here. So for this, on top of this stone brick slab here, we're going to place down a stone brick slab that kind of goes over it, like so. We then want to go ahead and take our polished andesite. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and what is going to be 4 polished andesite blocks going back, followed by a stone brick upside down stair facing this direction. And let me just go and change this real quick to match that. On the inside here, we're going to take stone brick slabs and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stone brick slabs alongside these polished andesite blocks and stone brick upside down stair. Anyways, after that's all done there, you should get something that looks like that for the armor plating, like that. We're then going to take our stone brick slabs, place down 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, and 6 more back. So in total, this row of stone brick slabs is going to be 11 stone brick slabs back. We then want to go ahead and go to this row of 5 of polished andesite. We're going to go and place down a stone brick stair like this, a corner stair coming off of it, followed by an iron trapdoor here in the middle. And same thing over here, stone brick stair, and stone brick corner stair coming off that stair toward the middle. And that'll do it there for that armor panel on the mid section. With that all done, that's going to do it for layer 11. Let's move on to layer 12. Alright guys, so going ahead and move on to our next layer, we have layer number 12. For layer 12, to begin with, we're going to place down a row 3 of polished andesite. It's going to be right on top of this row right here, on the back here. We're then going to place down a second row of 3 going forward, a third row after that. In the middle, we're going to place down a polished andesite block, followed by a stone brick stair on both sides like this. Coming off the middle polished andesite block, we're going to place down 2 red stained clay blocks going forward, followed by a row of 1 and 2 brick stairs coming off those 2 red stained clay blocks. And this right here is going to be a corner stair, and then 2 regular brick stairs. Coming off these brick stairs, we're going to place down a stone brick stair on both sides, a polished andesite block in the middle. Coming off the polished andesite block, we're going to place down 1 more that goes forward, followed by a stone brick slab on both sides. Coming off the polished andesite block right here, stone brick stair, and a stone brick slab on both sides. And then we want to place down a row 3 of brick slabs going across like so. We then want to go ahead and go to the side here, this armor panel. We're going to go ahead and go to the second and third polished andesite block in this row. We're going to place down 1 and 2 iron trapdoors on top of them, followed by 1 and 2 stone brick slabs that go back from those iron trapdoors. Once that's all done there, that's going to do it for layer 12. And with that, we're going to move on to our last final layer, layer 13. Alright guys, moving on to our last final layer, we have layer number 13. For layer 13, we're going to go ahead and start off by placing down 1 and 2 iron trapdoors on those 2 red stinkbait blocks. We then want to place down 1, 2, and 3 stone brick slabs back, followed by an iron trapdoor, like this on the end here. We're going to go ahead and go to the second and third stone brick slabs and place down 2 iron trapdoors to both sides of them, just like that. And once that's all complete, that's going to do it for the Star Wars Republic ATOT all-terrain open transport. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this tutorial and able to put it to good use. If you guys do use this design, I do ask you guys give me proper credit for it. A lot of work went into this tutorial, so as long as you guys do give me credit for it, you are free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on. It's much appreciated. It keeps me inspired to keep on posting these videos and all that fun stuff. So just be sure to give me credit and enjoy it on your worlds and have fun with it. Also, again, a special thanks to Zackary Schejbal for making this tutorial possible, and feel free to check my Patreon page. Again, link is down in the description. And that, thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Jerick 254, and I'll see you guys next time.